The America Online Huffington Post merger. AOL still exists, to me, was the big revelation from this. But I'm remember I used to have AOL. I used to be the big AOL guy when we were younger. I would have my AOL email account, and there was the instant messenger and the chat rooms and all of that stuff. AOL still exists, and the Huffington Post has been sold to AOL for $315 million. People have been asking me a lot about this, especially in email. What will happen? Don't forget, Arianna Huffington is a former Republican, and before all else, for all of her progressive credentials and her creating of the Huffington Post as a platform, an alternative platform with plenty of progressive opinion, she's a businesswoman first and foremost. And as we can see, a few $1 million investment has turned into $315 million. The writers don't get paid. They will continue not to get paid. It is going on free labor. Yes, the amount of exposure is incredible. When we were on the front page of Huffington Post a couple of weeks ago for a few hours only, the amount of traffic was incredible. So I don't deny the power of it. But let's be honest, corporate media is getting increasingly homogenous. And if you're tuning into the show, to some extent, you must be tired of the same old corporate media messages. Even though there are slightly more liberal and more conservative alternatives in corporate media, on the whole, the homogenization is not stopping.
But in theory, this could just be an investment on AOL's part.
Well, then,
right?
Let's get into that. What are AOL's intentions here? And we don't know. How much editorial control will AOL have over the Huffington Post? No matter what is going to happen, I don't think it is even on the table that Huffington Post will become more of a progressive bastion. It may stay the way it is. It may turn more conservative. It may be integrated into AOL's standard news reporting, which is basic corporate reporting right down the middle. What I would guarantee is not going to happen is that this solidifies the Huffington Post or expands the Huffington Post's role as an alternative to corporate media. Maybe it won't hurt it if we're lucky. This is not going to be an improvement by any means.
But things could remain the same.
They could. I mean, the Huffington Post brand had value behind it. The AOL brand, who associates or feels close to the AOL brand?
Who even speaks of it anymore?
Well, that's the reason why
right.
maybe the idea here is more relevance. But the Huffington Post brand is one people did associate with. It had a certain cachet. It had associations. We'll see what happens.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.